Hey everyone, how y'all doing? Good? Alright, so obviously today I'll be talking about photography. Yeah, that's the amazing thing about photography. We can share about the message that we want to portray to everyone. So for today's topic, it is the curious side of the lens, because I want to tell everyone, like, from my perspective of photography. So in the beginning, how I started photography is I got my first camera right after I graduated from Form 5. So I got my first entry-level camera and I started to experiment with it. I did all sorts of photography. That's how you want to progress. So I did this thing called 365 Days Challenge, whereby every single day for one whole year, you have to post a photo every single day. Sounds difficult, right? So I did it and it actually helped me out in the beginning when I started photography. So it helped me to, So it helped me to explore different kind of photography style. For example, like fast shutter speed, shooting like random things such as apple falling into the water, cheesy things such as this kind of things. I saw this kind of things on Flickr. Back then it was Flickr, we don't have Instagram or like Facebook. So yeah. And then this kind of things, like water droplets, these were the things I shot when I started to explore photography. It's really amazing because this kind of things, you can't see it with your bare eyes. So photography, you can use it as a tool to see things that we usually don't see. And from that perspective, it opens your thought in your mind to bigger things in the world. And I did like normal stuff, shooting weddings, shooting events, and this is where I started doing portraits. I was inspired by this commercial photographer called Dave Hill. He did all this kind of effect. Everything has like a specific story to it. So this was for Halloween, things that I shot like long time ago. And then this kind of things. I always enjoy capturing things in motion. Like for example, water spilling or like smoke. Those kind of things that you can't see with your eyes. So it makes it more unique. And now moving on to defining a style. This is a very important thing for all photographers or anyone basically who's doing anything. You want to be unique. You want to stand out. So when I did my photography, when I started off, I did 365 photos for one whole year. And then I started to understand and I explore myself, like, what kind of photography do I want to specialize in? And there's where I started to explore the world of manipulation using Photoshop. And I call it surrealism. It's called fine art photography. So basically, surrealism is things that are not real, but from the photographer's perspective, it is what he sees and what he believes in. And all these photos that I shot, it has a story to it. All from my experience or from my background, things that I want to share with people. So usually how I do it is, I would just give like a single title, and it's up to you on how you want to perceive the photograph. Because that's the fun thing about photography. Everyone comes from different background, and from different background you have different ideas and different thoughts, and that's the amazing thing about telling stories. So yeah, like this kind of things. And then I moved on to taking like fashion and street photography, and I thought like, how can I use manipulation and put it into my style? So I did this kind of things as well for like sneakers and stuff like that. And then I started to do more of this kind of stuff, like street photography as well, long shutter. This kind of photos like always amazing. You know, you just want to see the light trails, it's so amazing. And then a little bit of outdoor stuff as well, capturing stars, things that, you know, people don't usually see. And now I want to talk about the thought process of like how I come up with my ideas. So this is one thing that I want you guys to bring home today so that you can apply it to anything you do. When it comes to the thought process, one thing that's really important is you have to utilize your 5 senses that God gave us. You know, your sense of touch, sight, taste, and the rest of it, you know. Because these are the things that will help you to get inspiration. So for example, one thing that I always get is from music, sense of hearing. I always listen to all sorts of music, and then it gives me inspiration and it puts me into the mood when I come up with an idea. So how I do it is I would usually sketch out a photo to begin with. I will plan like what kind of props do I want to use, what kind of clothes do I want to wear for it, and then I go out and execute the photo. So it came something like that. And this is the photo series that everyone has been asking me about. What is it about? Basically, it's called Wish You Were Here. I started this series back when I was studying in the UK, because like when I was away, I visited places like in London, Paris, and then I thought to myself like, oh man, it's kind of lonely. Like, it would be amazing if like someone was with me to enjoy the view. So I started this series, and until today, every place that I go to, I'll take a photo with the board, Wish You Were Here. And now behind the scenes, how do I shoot and how do I edit my photos? Okay, so so yeah, this is in my backyard. I saw like this middle opening and it's kind of cool. So I wanted to do like something like a wall whereby you want to climb over and see what's behind it. And then it came out like that. Yeah. So you can see like the power of using Photoshop is really good, but use it to a point where it's to inspire people, not to edit like random photos and, you know, frame someone or something like that. You know? Get what I mean, right? Yeah. And this was in UK. Okay, so usually all the behind the scenes photo, they look really awkward and weird, like this. And then it came out to this. Yeah. Okay, so this is one of the toughest photos that I've ever done. It's about an accumulation of 40 photos, merging it into one. So basically, as you can see, there's a frame, a mirror, and then like hands on the side. So what I did was I take every single photo, and then I started to compile them. And then, so this is on the right hand side. That's not the finished product yet. Yeah. So I wanted to put like a different dimension, a different world. So I put like a forest, and then after that I will do the color correction, and then this is the final one. Yeah, this one took me 2 days to do. Yeah. It's pretty hard to do the hands because you have to like make sure every single detail is correct. So if say like a single lighting or like the angle is wrong, then it will definitely throw off the photo. And now moving on to storytelling. Storytelling through photography is something that I always believe in. Every single photo has to have a story. So for example, this photo that I took, the title is called Set It Off. So basically it's about, you know, love. So it's like a love that is dying, which is represented by the flower, which is on fire, and the water, which is to set it off. So basically that's the story about it. And then this is called the art of conversation. Basically in a relationship, there must always be a two-way communication. It's not just one. So this is basically a representation of a one-way conversation. It's like the mirror and the cup and the string. It's like you're talking to yourself. And then this was one of my first surrealism kind of photo. This was like a long time ago. Yeah, this is also about love, you know. So a lot of love stories. And now I want to share about the curiosity beyond photography. What else do I do besides photography, and how do I bring out other things, explore my creativity? So I started a clothing line called Obscure with my partner. We do like sports inspired clothing line, and I just want to. I'm not going to talk much about the brand itself, but I'm going to talk about how I apply my photograph skill into the photos that I took. So this is some of the photos that I took for the lookbook. So it's all about motion, about story, a lot of details on the background, on the location. And then here are some of the photos as well. Like, it's really weird, but I don't know, I just really enjoy it. And besides the fashion brand, I do this thing called 1972 FC as well. It is a football platform where I tell stories about local football. So for this, I take photographs and I write as well, because I always feel that I don't want to confine myself as just a photographer. There's so much room to explore things that can help you to express better. I know that taking photos is a good way to express, but writing is also another form for you to express different kind of feelings and ideas. So basically, this gives me an opportunity to do a little bit of sports photography as well. It's not really one of my favorite because it's quite tough. And then I had like a photo exhibition in Japan as well for photos. And then some of my Japanese friends that I met. And this was in Cambodia, so I went there for like a TV show, and then there was like Cambodian kids playing football, and then the ball that they used were like really bad, you know, like the skin peeled off, it looks like it's no air in it, and then I thought, why not just buy some balls and provide them, you know. So like, after I gave the ball to them, they were like so happy, and then we all just played together. Yeah, that's with the kids, yeah. And last but not least, I started a run crew called We Be Thirsty. Some of the guys are here. So We Be Thirsty is actually a running platform whereby we run and then we try and express our creative thought. You know, running is not just running. Running helps you to express yourself as well. When you run, it clears your mind. It helps you think better. And that way, it can help you to come up with ideas, you know. It doesn't just make you feel just so stuck. And after a long day, you just run and then you feel much better. And before running, this was me. That's me. What? Yeah. So I can say that running really changed my life. It helps me to lose weight, and then I started to do things more productive, and then yeah, it just really teach you to live life to the fullest, you know. Then yeah, that's the crew guys. Yeah. So in conclusion, I just want to let everyone know that do not confine yourself to just one particular skill. Always explore, always look out for other things that you can do. You know, photography is a good way, writing is a good way, music as well. All these things, you take it and you try and explore different kind of things. So my name is Bryan. Thank you very much.